James Holloway had been running the Silver Lantern Inn for over 20 years. Nestled in a quiet town, the inn was known for its warm atmosphere and old-world charm. But one night, something happened that would haunt James for the rest of his life. It was a stormy evening when the man arrived, tall, gaunt, and dressed in an old-fashioned gray suit. He signed the register simply as Mr. Alden and requested a room on the second floor. His voice was calm but oddly hollow, and James couldn't shake the feeling that something was off about him. The inn was nearly empty that night. A few guests were downstairs enjoying the fireplace, but Mr. Alden kept to himself, disappearing into his room without another word. Around midnight, James, making his usual rounds, passed by room 207 and noticed something strange. The door was slightly ajar. Curious, he knocked. No response. He pushed the door open and found the room empty. The window was shut, and the bed was untouched. Yet, the man's suitcase still sat by the chair. James frowned. Guests didn't just leave without their belongings. He checked the hallway, then the rest of the inn, but there was no sign of Mr. Alden. The main doors were locked and the security cameras showed nothing. No one had left the building. The next morning, James contacted the local authorities. A thorough search was conducted, but Mr. Alden was never found. Stranger still, when the police examined the inn's guest register, his name was missing. The page where he had signed was blank. Days turned into weeks, and James couldn't let it go. He kept thinking about that suitcase. Finally, late one night, he worked up the nerve to open it. Inside, there was only one thing: an old newspaper, yellowed with age. The headline sent chills down his spine. Local man, Elias Alden, vanishes without a trace. January 31st, 1925. James checked the date. Exactly 100 years ago to the day. And as he read the article, a cold wind swept through the empty inn, carrying with it the faint sound of footsteps. Right behind him,